What's up guys, thanks for tuning in on today's video. I'm Gabe and today I'm going to be doing a product review and demonstration of the all new MGW Short Throw Shifter that I installed for my 2010 Camaro SS. For you guys that were interacting with my stories on my Instagram, thank you guys so much for being a part of that. Sorry I couldn't answer to everybody, and everybody that did answer, I had to keep it quiet for the video, but you guys were correct. I'm not gonna be doing like a technical how-to installation video. I'm actually gonna have a shop professionally install it. But for now, let's go over what comes in the kits. You're gonna get the shifter main body, which is the main shifter assembly, some support arms that are wrapped in like this paper material. Next, you're gonna get a rear bushing bracket, as well as a sound pad and a rubber boot that I kind of put together, a vibration dampening sheet, and also you're gonna get an Allen wrench and some silicone as well that you can apply to the bushing piece. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this review. All right guys, so I'm on my way right now to 1320 Motorsports. They are the ones that are going to install my MGW Short Throw Shifter. Truth be told, it's not that I have a problem with the factory shifter. You know, it shifts very well, it's very dependable. I really haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. It actually is extremely smooth with the shifts, even like in a more performance oriented situation, or you know, when I'm really revving the car out and shifting it, banging through gears. I just want to try something a little bit different. The new MGW Short Throw Shifter is supposed to eliminate the shifting or the throw speed by about 30%, which is you know, a quite significant amount, which really translates to really a couple seconds, milliseconds actually. And I'll be honest, I don't like track the car or, you know, have any sort of records to be setting on the drag strip. So for me, those milliseconds really don't make much of a difference, I guess. I guess when I'm in a more of a competitive situation, you know, running another car, it might make a difference that I guess I don't realize. But I'm really not doing it for that, you know, savings of seconds or milliseconds rather. I'm really just doing it to try something new. But look, overall, this shifter is pretty dependable. It's really held on strong. I've been doing a lot of that for the last 5 years, and really, God knows the first owner how many times they were doing it. All I can really say is that it's smooth. There's really not much things to complain about. I wish it had a more gated feeling, because this is, again, extremely buttery smooth. All right, guys, so we just made it to 1320 Motorsport. We're gonna go ahead and check the car in. I'm actually extremely excited. So I just finished checking out the car. I'm gonna start heading back to work, and I'll keep you guys posted when they complete the job. All right guys, so the MGW Short Throw Shifter is now in my Camaro SS. I just got it back. Well, I've actually had the car now for a couple days, but I really haven't had the opportunity to really drive in traffic and just experience the short throw shifter overall. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. All right guys, so without further ado, here is the new shifter. Yes, it doesn't seem all that exciting, and the reason why is because I actually purchased the Z28 style, or the Z28 factory shifter, and you'll see that it is in like this nice suede kind of Alcantara. And I also got the boot in Alcantara as well. And really the reason why I did that, guys, is because I really like the look of the actual shift knob itself. I feel like it's very sporty. It's a lot smaller, easier to grasp. It's also, I like the form, how it like, you know, takes form and fits the fingers very nicely. I wanted something that was very sport oriented, and the design of the actual shifter, as well as the material, that Alcantara, you know, suede material, that's very sporty, very track oriented. And I didn't really have a problem so much with the softball old shifter, but it was kind of starting to go bad. And also like the boot around it was also getting really disgusting. You know, it was kind of like creaking and cracking off, and pieces were pretty much getting all over the car. So not a fun job to clean up nor to look at. I do know that suede kind of has its own little upkeep, but you know, I don't really daily this car as much anymore, so I'm not overly concerned about that. It is kind of like a factory look, and I wanted to keep it kind of like simple. I'm not really big on the whole 8-ball, you know, kind of the big shifter here with the different gears and whatnot. That's really more muscle car oriented, and you know, I sound stupid saying that, but this is a muscle car in itself. But I wanted to give it a little bit more of a sportier touch, especially that I'm going to be now decking out the interior, and we'll update you in a further video. All right, guys, enough talking. Let's go ahead and get this car on the road. All right, guys, so we are now in the car with the upgraded shifter, and boy, does it feel good. Almost immediately you notice just how much more stiff the shifter feels, and of course the really comfortable Alcantara is a little bit more soothing, but it is extremely gated feeling almost, and it's exactly what I was looking for. And obviously the throws are significantly shorter, and it overall just feels really nice. I'm still kind of getting used to it, so I'm probably gonna miss a couple shifts here and there, or I might gear grind, because again, I'm so used to the very buttery smooth old shifter where it was like I could use really just one finger and not move or use too much force. But this, you got to give it a little bit more a force here, but it feels really nice. I mean, it's an entirely different feel. In traffic, it's not as clunky as before. I mean, it's incredible. It's almost as if at lower RPMs, like lower gears, when you're kind of like in this bumper to bumper traffic, before I would get this really uncomfortable and obnoxious like doom 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 clunking feel, and I really wasn't too sure about what that could have possibly been. I mean, seriously, it changes the entire feel of like this bumper to bumper experience. Now, of course, you're not going to eliminate a lot of vibrations, and I actually noticed that there is some vibration coming from this area. Now, I'm not sure if that's because of the vibration sheet or plat or any of the components were installing correctly. I don't necessarily think that, but I actually think it rather could be because I'm straight piped, and when you're straight piped, well, you're going to be hearing sounds in places that you thought you would never hear sounds from. So that's one of the things that I'm, you know, not overly too concerned about, and I'm kind of just like, it's maybe because of my exhaust setup right now. So we're getting on the highway now. Hopefully I can get a nice little demonstration of how good it shifts under a little bit more pressure. Just like they are in traffic. It feels wonderful, and it really does give you that nice gated feel. What a difference, guys. You're really gonna tell the difference when you install this. Another thing that I've actually wanted to make a little comment on, which is not really that much of a, you know, like a performance aspect or performance characteristics, but rather kind of just like a little observation I made. The old shifter tend to really move a lot. Like, it used to like shake a lot. Shaking is completely it's unavoidable, right? But this moves a lot less than that, and that's something that again, it's not so much of a performance thing, it's just kind of like, I don't like to see that happen. Like, I don't like to look down or like on the corner of my eye just see this thing vibrating back and forth. I mean, Again, it's not a huge deal, but it's something that I notice is not as bad with this shifter. Still gotta get better with the shifting there, but and of course, the nice exhaust feedback definitely helps a lot with the experience. Just a tad bit quicker in the shifting if I'm actually like on point with my shifting. I mean, 30% of, I don't know what the time is on average for somebody to shift, but makes a difference. So much potential for trouble. Well guys, there you have it. Those are my thoughts and reviews on the MGW Short Throw Shifter for the 2010 through 2015 Camaro SS. It wasn't something that I was actively kind of like complaining about, as I mentioned before, but doing the modification really opened up two things. It really opened up my eyes to the value of a short throw shifter and how it overall changes the experience when you're driving competitively or in a lot more of aggressive circumstances, and when you're just driving in regular traffic. And this modification in particular with the suede interior really opened up the doors to possibly doing a lot more suede. Guys, if you found this video informative and entertaining, go ahead and give this video a like. It helps out a lot with the algorithm. If you guys enjoy my content overall, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And guys, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my thoughts and reviews, my how-tos, my vlogs, etc, etc. And guys, thank you so much for sticking around towards the end, and I will catch you next time.